SDG 17 is about collaborating for the global goals. It's really about addressing the other 16 SDGs, about implementing them. So basically the 16 goals address certain environmental or social challenges, and 17 is then the way how we implement them. The Allianz basically means alliance, and insurance is about solidarity. So for us, it's really important to secure the future of our customers, of our employees, and of the society. We actively collaborate on addressing climate change, societal impact, and also team up for sports.
Allianz, as one of the largest insurers and asset managers, is deeply committed to help address climate change. Now we decided to broaden our engagement and help to create an alliance of leading asset owners, the Net Zero Asset Owner Alliance.
We are really looking into creating long-lasting impact, especially for next generations. We can help them both physically and mentally increase their well-being. We want to use our resources and expertise to create equal opportunities in a more inclusive society.
As an insurance and investment company, the reason why we are partnering with a platform like Formula E is because it is about the future of mobility, it is about future cities. Of course, there are certain risks, but we believe it should not stop us as a society. So that's exactly our role as an insurance company and as an investment company, to understand that risks, to manage them, and then of course to enable further progress. We know that buildings are a very important element, especially on the climate topic. So the objective, of course, is to shrinking the footprint from economical and sustainability perspective of the arena. And as the arena is a global lighthouse, we believe it's great to showcase that with the Allianz Arena. We're really good in numbers. So what we can do is we can really understand what's the actual footprint of the stadia, for example. Then we can work with different partners, and that's where the partnership comes together. And then afterwards we can measure, does it really have impact? So I think that's something which is of course super important, because otherwise you just do some stuff and nobody knows what's the impact. So that's our role in that, to really assess, to understand, to work together with others, and then to see what is the impact afterwards.
Hello, GreenTech Festival friends. We're joining live in Munich, Germany in the beautiful Allianz headquarters, where we're going to be talking about the 17th SDG around how we can leverage partnerships to accelerate change and get to the goals with Christian Deuringer, who is the Global Brand Director of Allianz. How you doing, Christian?
I'm doing very well. Thanks, Tony. Hello, Berlin. Greetings from Munich. As Tony said, we've been picking the greenest spot we could find in Munich. We're lucky enough to call it our backyard at Allianz headquarters. So we still hope you're doing well in the Kraftwerk, but we're enjoying a bit of the time outside. But of course, we would have loved to be with you in person.
Cool. So, Christian, we just watched this video, and Allianz is involved in a lot of different types of sustainability-driven initiatives. Why do you believe partnerships are so important when it comes to tackling these environmental challenges that we face today?
Yeah. Look, my view is that the challenges out there, whether they're on the climate area, but also in other areas, but equally the opportunities are way too big to be taken up or solved by one single individual, by one single institution. So that's why we believe a lot that partnership will make a true difference. Just of note, and forgive me for being the marketing person here, Allianz, it's in our name. So we truly believe in the principle of solidarity and the power of the collective.
And with so many great initiatives running right now, do you have a favorite story or a favorite case example of how you've leveraged partnerships to build on the sustainable cause?
Absolutely. I start with what you saw in the video when Oliver was speaking, our CEO. And I just want to re-emphasize what we're doing there. So our purpose, as you've heard, is to secure people's future. If you claim that, you need to seriously engage in the future and what the risks are around the future. So Oliver came up with the idea to take our 2 trillion assets under management. So that's all the money we collect from our insurance clients, or we act as a trustee for, and the money we're getting from asset management clients, and invested in a way which is absolutely compliant with the environmental goals. So specifically, we've promised to turn our investment portfolio carbon neutral by 2050, which is a huge commitment. So now this is our obligation, this is what we do. But to the notion of partnerships, we've been forming the so-called Net Zero Asset Owner Alliance, where we now have invited a couple of other You could have said former competitors, but now partners in crime against the climate change fight, and putting our assets together. So that's sort of the corporate view.
Yeah.
And then, of course, as a marketeer, you asked me for my favorite story, my favorite platform. Again, within the context of Berlin, the GreenTech Festival, I need to talk about Formula E.
Okay.
So to introduce why we're doing this, one step back, I always open the discussion along the Saturday question. So very few people wake up on a Saturday morning and say, what a great day to buy insurance. But they engage in sports, in fashion, in lifestyle, and do good things. So that's why we've been choosing the most suitable platforms to really emotionally connect with our customers and prospects. We've been using that technique for many, many years in a Formula One context.
Okay.
But since I believe that whatever we do on the brand side, on the marketing side, must always sort of refer to the business strategy, it was quite obvious that Formula One would come to an end as a partnership for us.
Okay.
And I'm quite proud to say that already in 2016, we took the decision to move out of Formula One as the engagement platform into Formula E. Which is much more than a pure motorsport thing. It is really sort of the ecosystem in which you can experience a lot of facets of the future. And the good thing, mostly or all of them are green. So that's my favorite story here. And to complete it, we've been trying to carve out that sustainability angle in literally all the partnerships we're entertaining. So with St. Andrews Links, we're contributing to the coastline protection. With the Museum of Modern Art in New York, we're looking into sustainable city development. And with Bayern Munich, we're trying to turn the most iconic stadium, which is around on this planet, into the most sustainable stadium at the same time.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Can you talk a little bit more about what you guys are doing at the Allianz Arena?
Yeah, so, well, as I said in the beginning, it was good enough to be iconic. Now we want to be sort of the icon when it comes to sustainability. So there's this wonderful initiative called The Mission. A couple of, I would say, a best-of-breed approach, bankers, consultants, and some really engaging movers and shakers came up with that initiative, started with this notion of waste, then with green banking, and now it's about the notion of how to turn sports venues green. And we've been joining that initiative, which started in summer. The idea is to bring in 20 super talented young professionals or students into working groups and tackle together with us as professionals, as corporates, questions around how can we create a better traffic, a more sustainable traffic system, how can we do, what can we do on the waste management there, how do we turn energy greener, etc., etc. And we're super proud to be part of that movement, and I can't wait to see the results in October.
Wow, so, you know, partnerships is more than just companies coming together, institutions or organizations coming together, working together. For people that are really passionate about a sustainable future, making a difference, how would you imagine they connect with companies like Allianz to partner and work together?
Yeah. So there are two answers. The first one, don't take it too seriously, but I still think it's a fascinating thought. So you as an individual can contribute to the larger mission by simply becoming our client, against what I told you before. So we're investing in the most sustainable, possible, and useful way. So with joining Allianz, you're part of that movement. But more specifically, and that's what you're hinting at, is we're doing... we're running platforms such as the Climate Camp, which took place the first time at last year's GreenTech Festival in Berlin, where we invite 35 roundabout young individuals, 16 to 24, to really work with us for a day or two and tackle challenges around energy, sustainable development. So really to get them engaged in very early stage and bring sort of the best experts from our shop to have a fantastic time and actually start to create small movements.
Yeah, very cool. And if you had one wish for the future or the next generation, what would that wish be?
Yeah, so I believe that green should be the new black.
Okay.
So what do I mean by that? Green for many years was pretty much in sort of the green camp. So it was like organic, a bit of extravagant. If you think about food, if you think about politics, but now it really has become not only mainstream, but also thanks to platforms like the GREENTECH Festival, a really sexy thing. So I think it needs to form part of our lifestyle. If I look at how it works with my kids now, I'm really confident that this is sort of an unstoppable movement now.
Cool. Christian, thank you for your time, your words, your inspiration, your insights. Thank you again. Back to you, Berlin.
Thank you. Have a good day.